Most people missed it, but at Ripple Swell this week, Brad Garlinghouse just said something that could completely redefine XRP's future. And if you're holding XRP or thinking about it, this is the speech you need to hear. Because for the first time in years, Ripple's CEO made it crystal clear. The era of speculation is ending and XRP will lead the market through utility. Today, I'm breaking down exactly what Garlinghouse said at Ripple Swell 2025, what it means for XRP, and why this should be the most bullish signal we've had in years. Before we get started, a very quick update on the market and the prices. First of all, we've got Bitcoin sitting at around 103,300 US dollars, which is all right. I think that's fine. We're consolidating exactly in the zone that it needed to. And then we've got XRP up to $3.32. This is a lot better than some people were predicting. When we was hovering around 215 to 220, there was a fear that it was going to drop below $2, but it hasn't. It's gone up, which is really positive news. If you've ever watched a Ripple Swell event before, you'll know they don't hype, they execute. This year's event felt different. A bigger stage, bigger partners, and a much bigger message. Brad Garlinghouse stepped up to give a keynote that didn't just talk about Ripple's future, it mapped out where XRP fits into the entire next phase of crypto. Online in particular, it lit up on social media, and this is the quote that everybody's talking about. Crypto ETFs unlock Wall Street's capital. That single line is massive because it tells you exactly where Ripple's head is at when it comes to XRP. We've already seen what happens when institutional investors get a green light. Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs open the floodgates. Tens of billions of dollars pouring into the space in just months. Now imagine that happening to XRP, a token that's already powering real-world payments, already regulated in multiple countries and already part of Ripple's ecosystem. Brad knows what that means. He's telling us Ripple is preparing for that same wave, positioning itself right where the Wall Street money will flow next. And Ripple's not just waiting around for it, they're building it. That's why we've seen Ripple acquire institutional custody solutions like Palisade, why they're launching treasury services, liquidity hubs, and wallet infrastructure for banks and enterprises. This is all about making Ripple the bridge between traditional finance and crypto, and XRP sits right in the middle of it. Here's the key takeaway most people miss. Ripple doesn't see XRP as a token. They see it as infrastructure. Garlinghouse spelled this out clearly when he said Ripple's priorities moving forward are trust, utility, and liquidity on XRP. The XRP ecosystem remains a key focus as we aim to build trust, utility, and liquid on XRP. That's exactly what he said. That's not just PR talk, that is a signal. Ripple isn't pivoting away from XRP, they're doubling down on it. The XRPL, the XRP ledger, is now being used for regulated stablecoins, tokenized assets, and even new CBDC integrations. When those systems move money across borders or between institutions, guess what provides the liquidity layer? It's XRP. It's the fuel that makes the entire Ripple roadmap work. So when Garlinghouse talks about building trust, utility, and liquidity, he's telling us XRP isn't an accessory, it's the engine. Then came the line that sent XRP holders into overdrive. Garlinghouse said this: the era of speculation is ending. Utility will lead the crypto market, and XRP will lead the way. Let that sink in. He's saying the entire crypto market is about to shift gears from hype to usage, from memes to narratives to real world function. And when that happens, the cryptos that actually solve real problems, fast, cheap, compliant payments, they're the ones that will explode. This is the narrative Ripple has been building towards for years. And now, in front of the world at Swell 2025, Brad confirmed it's finally happening. He even said this: US regulatory clarity marks a turning point for the crypto industry, meaning the handbrake is off. Ripple isn't stuck fighting the SEC anymore. They're executing. Let's break this down. ETFs unlock Wall Street capital. Institutional investors can now buy crypto in a regulated wrapper. Ripple expects this wave to continue and XRP could be next. Ripple's acquisitions show direction. Institutional custody equals they're ready for banks and funds to hold XRP. Treasury and liquidity services equals infrastructure to manage that flow. Utility is the new narrative. Meme coins may come and go, but XRP's value lies in solving trillions of dollar payments in inefficiencies. So When Garlinghouse says XRP will lead the utility era, he's not speculating. He's signaling Ripple's strategy for the next decade. And remember, every time Ripple expands its network, every new bank, stablecoin, or CBDC built on the XRPL, that's more demand for XRP liquidity. Supply is fixed, demand increases. You can do the maths. Garlinghouse also dropped another theme: integration. Ripple is positioning itself as the bridge between legacy finance and blockchain. He referenced the growing partnerships Ripple has in Europe, the Middle East, and Asia, with banks, fintechs, and even government-backed projects choosing XRPL as their base layer. This is where XRP becomes essential. When Ripple helps move more money for these institutions, XRP acts as the bridge asset, converting one currency to another instantly with near zero friction. That's real utility. That's real adoption. And it's already happening. By the way, if you want to trade alongside us, watch live charts, and be part of the fastest growing crypto community, come and join the Crypto Wolfpack. We're building the future of trading with automations and strategies. There is a link in the description, or head over to milkshakematty.com and click on the Crypto Wolfpack. And while we're talking about safety, make sure your XRP is stored offline, not on exchanges. I personally use Tangem cold store wallets. Simple, mobile, and full self-custodial. You can get 10% off with the discount code MilkshakeMatty, all capitals, no spaces. Or just use the link in the description to have that deal preloaded on the screen for you. Right, back to Brad. At this stage, Ripple isn't trying to prove itself. It's scaling. They've already built the tech. They've already beaten the lawsuit. They've already got the global partners. Now, they're taking it mainstream. That's why Garlinghouse focused so heavily on institutional on-ramps, ETFs, and real-world cases, because this is the execution era. Think about it. When Ethereum's utility grew, DeFi exploded. When Bitcoin got ETFs, liquidity exploded. When XRP gets its utility phase, it could dominate. This is Ripple's way of saying we're not chasing trends. We are the trend. Right after the Swell keynote, XRP price moved. But what's more important is the sentiment. Social media lit up. Search volumes for XRP ETFs surged, and institutions started dropping subtle mentions of Ripple Tech on their own filings. This is the calm before the storm. Ripple doesn't do hype cycles. They do partnerships, banks, and billion-dollar integrations. So when Garlinghouse says utility will lead, he's not making a prediction. He's describing what Ripple is already building. And that's why, even at just $2.32 as it is right now, I think XRP could still be criminally undervalued relative to where it's heading. Here's the key. Wall Street doesn't care about memes. They care about liquidity, regulation, and scalability. And that's exactly what Ripple offers to them. A compliant network, a fixed supply token, a global settlement system that's faster than Swift and cheaper than anything else on the market. When institutional capital starts flowing into tokenized assets, stablecoins, and cross-border rails, they're going to look for the most efficient bridge asset. And that is XRP. It's not about hype. It's about the fit. And XRP fits perfectly into the systems that's being built. Brad ended his talk with something powerful, a message about global impact. He said Ripple isn't just building for investors, it's building for infrastructure to make money move as easily as information. That's always been their North Star. And XRP is the bridge that makes it possible. He also spoke about expanding Ripple's footprint with new partnerships in emerging markets, giving banks in places like Africa and Southeast Asia access to instant settlement systems through the XRPL. This is it. The speculation era is over, in my opinion. From meme coins to meaningful coins, from gambling to infrastructure, Garlinghouse summed it up perfectly. He said this: utility will lead the crypto market and XRP will lead the way. This is a declaration that Ripple sees itself as the company to carry crypto into the next age. The age where banks use blockchain every day, where cross-border settlements happen in seconds, and where institutions need XRP to keep global liquidity moving. If Ripple continues to execute like this, the next few years could make the last bull run look small. So here's my summary. Brad Garlinghouse just laid out the next chapter of crypto, and XRP is right at the center. Ripple's roadmap is built on utility, real partnerships, and real liquidity. And for the first time, it feels like the world and Wall Street might finally be ready for it. If you've held XRP through the noise, this could finally be the turning point. Crypto ETFs unlock Wall Street capital. Utility lead crypto market. That's not hype, it's strategy. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you want more updates like this. And if you want to learn, trade, and grow alongside the Wolf Pack, there's a link in the description, or you can go and head off to milkshakematty.com and click on the Crypto Wolf Pack. Drop me a comment below. Let me know if you believe in the XRP's next chapter, or let me know below if you think it's all a huff about nothing and XRP is just rubbish. I'm interested in everybody's opinion. For me, after Ripple Swell 2025, it's clearer than ever. XRP isn't just part of the future. It is the future. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that subscribe button and remember this: the strength of the wolf is in the pack.